you ever do that?
What?
Go get and go back to a restaurant?
We used to do it. That's why I'm saying that. That was the bar for me. And there was a North Bergen kid who was working a bar in Fort Lee, and he begged us, please, guys, don't do cocaine here. Shit. And then we kept him there and went to the city that night and came back at 2, 3:30 in the morning because they were all up here. It's very close. Fort Lee, yeah, the bridge is right there.
Dude, you just spent a long time talking about you don't like leaving I can't imagine you going out like multiple times a night to get drugs. Like it just seems so
up drug, you know what I'm saying? It makes you do different things. And that's when I didn't mind. You're high. As long as I know I'm going to get a package in the city, I'm committed. I'll go over there. The cotton at 3, once you got a 12-pack in you already and 10 8-balls, you don't care about cops or speeding or, you just don't give a f. You think I'm going to take out my fentanyl test at 3 in the morning and test it? That thing's going down.
Do you think people test it? Because
white people for about a week, and then they lose the fentanyl. It falls. All that shit's just a gimmick.
It's like I would be mad about the money I'm wasting.
Well, in the bars in New York, they have fentanyl tests now.
Okay.
A couple bars I heard they have package like you could buy them for like $10 at the bar.
Thank God.
And people test their coke and fentanyl. I don't want to snort coke and have to have that thing because I know by 4 that thing's going to be out the window. It's just another. I used to get the double barrel shotgun. That was a piece of glass that had 2 tubes connected to your nose, connected to 1 tube, and you scooped the bag of coke and you went, and they hit you like a fucking. You know how many times I sat on those things? And they were in my back pocket.
Did you cut yourself?
All the time. I go home twice a week with a bloody ass.
Oh my God. And do you think, like, let's say you deep in your coke days and you had a tester and it said positive for fentanyl, would you take a chance?
I'm giving it to Nick first to see what happens. Nick, come over here. Do this line.
Oh my God.
You didn't do one? No. I did it before. Go ahead. Do that line. If Nick falls over, I just hit the door. That's it. Nobody knows nothing. You dial 911 in the car. There's a kid up there acting funny. He's bleeding from his nose. I don't know nothing.
At least you called. Would you ever, and I know the answer is going to be no, but like, let's say you bought some fucked up from a drug dealer, whether it's fentanyl or whether like baby powder. You ever go to me like, hey man, you got to give me my money back. You got to give me different stuff. Or if you get.
I think in the 35 years or whatever I did blow, I probably got twice. One was on Hollywood Boulevard. So I was trying to buy crack. He gave me like fucking soap and shit.
Oh.
I was pissed. It was my last $20. I needed that crack. I went back there looking for this motherfucker. I didn't see him. I was pissed.
Oh, because
bro. For a while, I used to do all this coke, and I used to drive home at night on Ibar, those side streets instead of taking Sunset, and I would see these 3 black guys standing on the corner every night, and I'd pull up, and they look at me, and I look at them. You know what I'm saying? And this happened for about 3 months, and one night I said, I couldn't find coke. I said, I get some crack from those guys. I went over there. You guys got crack? Yeah, 2010. I brought that home. I was smoking out of a can. Terry was asking me what's burning in there. What's that smell? Nothing. Go back to bed. I'm in there with a lighter, dirty fingers and shit. So I did crack for about 8 weeks. I was hooked on crack.
That's a while to do crack.
And then I went to El Paso and there was no crack, so I went back to snorting coke. I never smoked crack again. It was like an 8-week little trial period I did with crack.
Fuck. I think drugs are a little bit, because there's a lot of, like, you're talking about shit that I would never.
When we're addicted to coke, we find it. We won't go home till we will find it. We will find it.
Damn.
I had 4 drug dealers before I left L.A. when I was doing coke. 4. So nobody would know what I was doing. And it was very rare that those 3 guys, I couldn't get a hold of them. 3 of them I used regularly. The 4th guy lived on Western by the Mexican place where you go in there and the Mexicans are in there. You know, what's that called?
In Hollywood?
Yeah, in Hollywood, right on Sunset by Apple. It's on Western. There's like one of those hardware stores, a big one. And then across the street over here, is it where you want to pick up Mexicans to work for you?
A Home Depot.
Home Depot. The Home Depot, though, had a Mexican truck there. Since they had to serve food to Mexicans, you couldn't fuck around. They had some carne asada in that motherfucker. I would go to Home Depot just to eat at the truck. Because I was broke. And it was like $5. Delicious.
Yeah.
But I met a guy at El Compadre that told me one time, anytime you want coke, just come to Sunset Western. You'll find me. I'm like, what are you talking about? Do I whistle? He goes, no. Just drive around. You'll see me after a few minutes. Guys, he was not lying. I would head out there at 3 paranoid, because that's far out of my circle. Western and Sunset, right? It was far.
Yeah.
And man, I would drive around, go down to Hollywood, shoot back up the side street, and there he was. Sometimes on a bicycle. Sometimes he was just walking. Some nights I'd be at a light, and he would just run up to the car. Hey. And I'd open the window. Holy shit. And before I could say a word, he put a Coke rock in my nose to make sure I wasn't a cop. Before I could say a word, he would just...
Every time?
Every time. You're like, what the f***? How much you want? Quick, quick, quick. $50. He wouldn't even wait. He'd just take a rock out, and you had to drive home like this, like my little Coke rock fucking melting in my hand. He would just find me. Never called him, never knew his number.
And why didn't you want to go out like further? You said Western was far. I'm surprised you weren't driving all over LA.
Because the one Coke dealer lived on, you know where the Whataburgers is?
In and Out?
No. The fucking Wahlbergs.
They
had a stand. They had a hot hamburger place, the Wahlbergs. It was, I forget the street now, but he was there, which was 2 blocks from anywhere I lived in Hollywood. I had the Armenian, which he hung out at El Compadre, and I could call him and go up to Glendale. And then I had
Martel Cartel.
No, that's Dante Money. And then I had the white guy. They used to call him a certain name, John Blaze. His name was John, but they called him John Blaze because he had a motorcycle. He had the worst Coke. Nah, I had another guy too that was a comedian that had really bad Coke and they were friends. If I didn't want to get in the car and go to that dude's house, I would just call John Blaze, but I have to wait till 2:15. He had to get off. He bartended. And he would come to my house with a motorcycle. And one night he was delivering me Coke at 4 a.m. We're talking, I'm paranoid as shit. And all of a sudden I hear, like this car. And I'm right there on that block before sunset. This car is doing like 90. By the YMCA in Hollywood,
right,
had the side street, not Sunset. Just did 90, and another cop was shooting at him.
Damn.
And we were like, all right, time to go upstairs.
That's fucked up.
An addiction to drug. Listen, a couple of weeks ago I did Rogan, and we spoke about me putting chlorine on my dick.
Yep.
When I would go to a piss test. What would possess you to do that?
Not going to jail.
No.
No?
It's an addiction. I didn't want to go to jail, so I didn't want to give him a hot because then I would have to stop snorting Coke. But what else would made you put dick on, Drano on your dick? What makes you do these things? What makes a 27-year-old kid drink a bottle of vinegar, white wine vinegar with Gatorade? That's addiction, man. And that's not good. That's not good. So people always say, I'm addicted to food. No, you're not, because you're not eating cheeseburgers at 2 a.m. and then going to bed for 2 hours and waking up at 4 and then getting up at 6 and eating another cheeseburger.
I did some fucked up shit, but the drugs thing, I did. I trust me. I there were times, and mine, it's so boring as a food guy. I was just about to say, like, at 4 a.m, you go get Taco Bell after you've had dinner. It's not good, but it's a lot easier and more I can just go to any store, any drive-through. I've never once in my whole life done anything with a drug dealer. I've done tons of drug, but every story I hear about people dealing with drug dealers sounds terrible. They don't pick up the phone. They're never there.
Their family.
They fuck their family. That's not what I've heard from people about drug dealers.
I haven't snorted Coke for 18 years. I still talk to the Armenian. I still talk to Black D on a regular. Black D calls me, how you doing? What's going on with acting? They were my friends. And then my ugly addiction, but we were never on bad terms. He was always a good drug dealer.
I don't think that's normal, though.
It is normal because I was a Coke fiend, not an occasional user. So now I was a regular. He could count on for me to call him 5 nights a week. Some nights I didn't have money, he'd get pissed, but he'd still give it to me.
Would he ever give you a deal, or is the price the price?
Price is the price.
Okay.
But you know how I met the Martel Cartel? They got robbed at gun site when I went over there to cop, and they told me they were out, that they couldn't get drugs for a few days. When I was living at Ralphie's building, we were fucking around one night, and I found this little gun over there. And I just had it over there. I didn't know what I was going to do with it.
You found a gun?
In a fucking mirror. You take the screws off the mirror, and the mirror came off, and there was 2 guns and some ammunition in there. Ralphie took one, I took the other one. I think Ralphie took the 22 or some shit like this.
You're just saying this like it's a normal thing. Dude, if I took a mirror off the wall, found a gun, I would call the police. Like just a
You're a
random.
fag. You keep that shit.
What do you mean
You don't call the police. What are they going to do? They're going to
What am I going to do with it? That's a murder
take
gun.
each gun home.
Good for them.
No.
You just found a
keep
gun.
the gun. So that's what I did. I didn't know what to do with
You
it. They got
gifted him-
robbed, so I gave them the gun. They loved me after that. I said, take this. Don't let people rob you no more. Really? Yeah. Shoot them. That's what drug dealers do. What are we talking about here?
That sounds terrible. Do you ever have a drug dealer get caught? Like the police catch them?
My luckiest day. When they get caught, my bill is erased. You know what I'm saying? Because by the time they get out, nobody's going to talk to them because they're hot. So when you see them, oh, bro, I don't know what happened to that money. I left it in your mailbox. The day of the raid, they probably got it.
Mm-hmm. That's fucked up.
George knows. George used to do creepy things. He knows.
That's a creepy giggle. Holy shit. Creepy shit. Oh my
now
God.
you know why I'm very happy to be out of that world. Why every morning when I get up, I go, thank God I'm worried about comedy, or I'm worried about my weight, or my knee hurts, or I got to pick my daughter up at 2, or I'm not worried about getting up, drinking water, smoking a cigarette, and going, where am I going to get $50 to get this party started today?
And this is mostly a joke. But like, even when that times were bad, did you ever think about not going back to like doing coke, but going back to selling it? Like, could you imagine selling it right now?
No, this is 2004, 2005. I didn't have the capacity to sell it because I was living with Terry. There was no way she wasn't going to find out. And I could not bring cocaine. It was her apartment. So there was no way I was going to sell it. I was just a consumer, man, at the end. I just wanted to do it. I'd figure it out how to get my hands on it, and that was the only thing about it. But I couldn't fucking start selling coke at the Comedy Store because I wasn't going to be a coke dealer. I was going to be a comic. The cocaine was one of the hobbies I had that was not a good hobby. Some people collect butterflies. Some people, go to museums. I was snorting coke. But eventually, those are my two things in life. Those are my favorite. If I had to go down the order before my daughter Mercy, it was cocaine, comedy, very tight, and then getting my dick sucked on cocaine was my third hobby. Everything else didn't matter. I don't know what you're talking about. The Jets, back then I wouldn't even put football on. I'm in a hotel room. I'm living in hotel rooms across the country. I don't have time to watch football, but that was my life. It was cocaine, stand-up, and it was tight, but not as, I loved cocaine a little bit more than doing comedy.
Right.
But then the love for doing comedy beat that shit. So it was like a war the whole time. And then since I can't do coke no more, I couldn't go to these towns and pick up crazy chicks at a comedy club and 69 with them and put coke rocks in their asshole and lick it, So everything I loved died, except for comedy prevailed.
Thank God. If anything's going to stick around out of those three,
What?
if anyone was going to stick around out of those three, thank God you chose comedy.
They didn't choose it. It chose me.
That's fucked up. Yeah. What do you mean by that?
And before it was and listen, there was a time it was cocaine, getting my dick sucked, and robbing people. That was my all-time favorite, was seeing people's faces when they were like, fuck with me, and like a week later, something was missing from their house. And I could go over there and go, what happened? Oh, somebody came in. Come on. And it was me the whole time. I'm fucking dying of laughter.
The all-time favorite was robbing people.
Oh, loved it. Ask George. God, he's my witness. Loved it. I had to wake up every day and rob something from somebody. Some days it was small. Some days it was a wallet with 30 in it. But some days I could bump into 1,000. I used to do, bro, when I lived in George in 85, I put a suit on every morning. And I just walked from building to building. Just open office door. Hey, how you doing? Is Nick here? Nick don't work. You know how many times I opened those office doors and there was a purse and nobody in there? They went to the bathroom, left their purse or deposit bag or the deposit bag for the business. That's all I would do. I would just go from building to building. Dental offices. How you doing? Nah, I was thinking of getting my soldier. Let me talk to the dentist right away. I got my head over the fucking desk. And I was just going to pick up one envelope to rob something bigger. So my day always had to start with like a small tab. And then en route, then I would eat something. And then I would be more, you know what I'm saying? More precise. But that's what I used to do from like 84 to like, and then in San Francisco, I was doing it. I was just getting dressed up in the morning with a suit on. They don't expect the guy with a suit on.
They don't expect to get robbed.
They don't expect to get robbed. They don't expect to get robbed by a guy who's neat, nice suit, iron shirt, and his hair, and he slept the night before.
What do you think? Like, were you looking fucked up if you didn't have the suit on? No? You didn't look.
I'd walk in and be very charming. Hi, I was looking for Nick Ascalese. We don't have a Nick here. Let me look. Let me look in the back. Yeah, you do that. Why would you look in the back? There's no Nick here.
It's amazing what you can convince people.
I robbed Kentucky Fried Chickens. I robbed one of those cookie places.
How do you rob a
The Kentucky Fried Chicken in Fort Lee by the fucking movie theaters when we were kids. I went to see Rocky there. Yeah, it's still there.
But you're not talking about with like a gun.
No. They were a stupid kid. Hey, I'm looking for a job. Oh, the manager's not here. But come in the back with me and I'll give you an application. When you go in the back, the safe is open with the fucking registers lined up, ready to take them out because you're there at 9 o'clock like a soldier. You're looking for a job.
Fuck. Do you think you were addicted to robbing people?
Loved it. Make my heart beat. My ears would go numb. Especially if I had to kick a window and go into your house. Oh, I loved all that shit. Kicking a window out or a door and just flying in there like a superhero.
No wonder you're bored now.
Yeah.
But what do you...
Yeah. Super fucking bored.
Oh, my God.
I've been bored since 2007. Once I stopped snorting coke, life just got boring. I lived the schmuck life like everybody else, like Henry Hill in Washington.
But I get coke and I get pussy.
But the excitement.
But robbing people.
But the excitement, it all was together. It all worked hand in hand. It all worked hand in hand. I was robbing drug dealers, and I wasn't robbing your grandmother.
No, I'm not. Yeah.
And I was robbing businesses which didn't come out of you.
Listen, this is a safe space. There's no judgment here. I'm more talking about like the anxiety I would have of, are they going to catch me? Are they going to come back into the cops going to get me?
You don't know what it's like.
No.
To rob something, stop and get weed, get into a hotel room because you're living like a doctor. You just made $2,000. You're in the city, you know, only there for one night. You're like, Mr. Diaz here. You know, you got no money. You got $1,800. You robbed the gas station,
dude.
But just that night alone, after I showered and I got dinner and I got real high, think how I felt. Good. But I liked that feeling. I enjoyed that feeling of being paranoid that I miss a spot, that I leave my fingerprints, that I leave fingerprints on the window, that somebody see me. It was 2 or 3 nights of that.
That sounds like, but you said you do it every day. So it's like just every day you're more anxious.
If I rob something big, like when I leave here at night, I got to go on Tunley Avenue to hit whatever and make a left by Dairy Queen, by Old Chance. There's an appliance store on the corner there. I remember one day I was delivering for them. A buddy of mine had the job, and he needed a helper for the day. I was just there for the day. I go in with him. We eat at the fucking diner, whatever that is, the Yankee Diner, Yankee Tower. We go to some place. I think I filled them in like 3 times. All 3 times I robbed something major. So one time we went to drop like a refrigerator off at another appliance store, and they had that deposit bag out. And I think I got them for like 3 G's.
Damn.
Bunch of checks, but 3 G's in cash. We got back to the furniture store. They're like, guys, did you happen to rob? And we're like, no.
Did you by chance?
And I'm with Mike Ronnie. He'd always take the blame for me. So he go, no, I didn't. And then when we were alone, did you really rob him, Joey? No, I wouldn't tell him anything until we got home that night. And then that night I go, you going out tonight? Here's $400. You robbed him, you bad motherfucker. I knew you robbed him. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Another time I went in there, we went to pick up something at a place. They left 30 air conditioners out. I go, Mike, I'm not leaving without 5 of them. He's like, I'm going to lose my job. Mike, I'm taking 5 of them. All right, you better take the fucking blame. I'm not taking the blame for you. Don't. He was talking, and I kept loading air conditioners in there. They were like those portable air conditioners. I put about 20 in there. Everybody on Kennedy Boulevard bought one of those air conditioners. The number one guy, Nick bought 2 of them. $100 a piece. We didn't even take them home to unlock them. We just drove them right to fucking Kennedy Boulevard. Hashway bought one. Somebody at the store bought one for their fucking office. Before that night, air conditioners were gone. The ones you plug in and just slip into a window real easy. It was even a light one. How do you think I was loading them by myself?
Dude, I can't fathom how and doing coke, which I've heard makes you nervous. Like, it's not like a.
But when I was robbing, I wasn't doing coke. I was always on the up and up because I wanted to be in the game.
But what about like the next day or that night?
Well, that night I get coked up, and I'm not robbing nobody. I'm getting coked up.
Yeah, but that's when you're nervous. It's after the.
Yeah, but once you start talking to somebody at the bar and they got your back, and it's easy. And then the next day you wake up, you're hungover, so you're not going to steal that day. But you're not going to steal until that money starts running low.
But that's what I.
And once you get down to it, but remember in Goodfellas when he goes, we robbed, and when that money ran out, we robbed. We robbed. We robbed. We robbed. And that's the level you're working at. Every once in a while I go, I can't keep doing this. I'll get a job. And then I get a job, and in training, I just go, I'm not doing this for $8 an hour. And sure enough, there was always a deposit bag somewhere, so I took that to go. They didn't even have my real name. I used all those, what was that? There was a chain in Fort Lee and Cliffside, like it's the same restaurant. And I applied there for a sous chef, and the guy's like, nah. We're going to make you a chef. I went there for like 3 days. They had me cutting shit. And on the way out one day, there it was. The register was right there for Papa. I just cleaned them out and left. Am I embarrassed? There was no cameras back then. No, Lee, not even a fucking itch of a fucking camera. So they couldn't. I remember going in San Francisco. I went to the American Bartender School in New York. And I got to San Francisco, I can't find a job. And one day I go, fuck it. I looked into the yellow page, there's an American Bartender School, and it's right in downtown San Francisco, maybe a mile from where I live. I was flat broke. I walked over there. And I went upstairs like an animal with a shirt and a suit. And I'm like, I've been here for 3 months, and you guys haven't got me a job, bro. By the time I got back to the hotel gave me slips. Like, you got like 3 interviews. One, I'll never forget this. One was for a Mexican bar, guys, that was the size of this fucking block.
Damn.
In 1985, I could not get a job. I walk in, I ask for Chucho, whatever his name is. I still remember his name. He gives me the application. I fill it out. Guy comes up to me, and he goes, listen, I'm not looking for bartenders right now, He goes, where'd you work before? And I had all these fake New York City, Corky's. Anybody I knew, I would just put them down. But when he lifted the application up, he looked at something. And he goes, can you give me a minute? And I go, yeah. And he goes, just sit over there. You want water or anything? I go, yeah, I'll take a water. Guy comes back and he goes, that's the weirdest thing. I've been in this country for 30 years, and I've never met somebody who's got my name. And I go, what's your name? He goes, Jose Diaz. And he goes, I'm Cuban. You Cuban? He goes, yeah. I go, wow. I'm from North Bergen. I'm from West New York. Oh, shit. We started talking about it. He goes, bro, I'll hire you in a drop of a hat, but I ain't got nothing for you right now. But I got a restaurant on the other side of town. They're going to hire you today. Let me call them. And he called them, and he goes, you're hired. They're giving you 2 bartender shifts and 2 doorman shifts. And it was at the Haight-Ashbury Rockin' Robin, fucking legendary place. I just lucked out.
Crazy.
I got fired from there, too, after about 2 months and shit. I hit the guy with the cassette deck. But fucking that same day, I went and got that job, but I still had an interview the next day at this Italian fancy restaurant in North San Francisco. It was like at 9 in the morning. I told you. And I went in there with a suit. And I'm like, Nick, George, Nick. And then I found myself in the office. Nick, fucking the doors were wide open, the office, and the safe was wide open. Dog, I proceeded to start taking cash. I'm in Hudson County. That motherfucker left rolls of quarters and shit. Everything was going. When I walked out, my suit was twisted. I had to take quarters out from this side to balance it. Kathy King is like looking at me. She's like, what's going on? I go, just keep moving. We robbed the joint. And she goes, no way. We just got on the bus. There was a bus coming. I go, get on the bus. We just got on the bus. And I remember sitting in the back taking money. I was like $2,000, but to me, that was $1 million.
Right.
And I'll never forget that. We took it all out. She's counting it. We're like in a side seat. We're counting it. I put it away, and some kid comes up and he goes, oh, look, I found a $20 bill. I wanted to kill that kid. That was my 20. That was my fucking 20. But I couldn't prove it. I didn't want to cause a fucking fight. I just robbed the guy. But I used to do, that was the luck I had. It was a thief's luck. And it's a low-life luck. But I had it. Something was always letting me bump into something.
I'd love to tell you that I wouldn't. I can't imagine. Like, I would love to do it.
The fucking robbing pussy juice.
What?
When you have a rash infection, a yeast infection in Harlem,
Monostat or
all
something?
those Puerto Rican girls get those yeast infections. You rob Monostat 7. So every morning I wake up and I go to Safeway and I'd open up like a fucking case of Monostat and I just walk out of there. Walk the bridge with no money. Walk the bridge, no money, and there was no breakfast. There was no sitting down at the Fort Lee diner like a white dude. Straight up fucking stomach. And all these people want to fast. I fast, yeah. When you're a thief, you fast. All right? You fast.
Were you in a suit for this too?
Yeah. I was like, because I was looking for a car job. But that was part of my scam. For me to go look for a job, I had to rob somebody. To have the money, get on buses and shit. So George turned me on to Monostat 7 and aspirin or something. They liked Tylenol and batteries. I would shoplift them in Jersey and walk over the bridge, sell them, $40. Punk shit. I'd love to tell you I was getting $5,000, but that'd be a lie. $48. But for me, $48, I got a $10 bag of weed and I ate Cuban food on 78th Street, where George left me a few times because he had to get busy and shit. I would go, and that's it. Now I got $20 to walk the city. I wouldn't even take the A train. I'd walk from 183rd all the way down to 50th Street. I just walk with a Walkman. I was the happiest pig on earth.
Damn.
Then his uncle got me a job going into buildings, but I wasn't robbing people then because his uncle got me the job. All I had to do was drop a pamphlet off at businesses. Hi, thank you for phone systems. They'll give me $400 a week, him and his mom.
Do people does the world still put like robbing situations in front of you now?
Always.
Yeah.
I still remember robbing the comic strip.
No wonder they won't give me spots.
I don't even remember.
No, I know.
This is 33 years ago. In those days when you went to the comic strip and you want to get on stage, it wasn't bring 5 people. You had to sell 30 tickets.
Okay.
But they would give you the tickets for $5 a piece and you would sell them for 20. You kept the profit. Or 15, you kept $10. For me, that's an opportunity. I could sell the shit out of those tickets. So they will come back on Wednesday. Whoever has the most tickets gets the open mic. They give me like fucking 20 tickets. I sell them for $10 a piece. That's $300. I ain't going back. That's more than your fucking open mic's gonna pay me. You know what I'm saying? I would do that shit. Like not give a fuck. Because there were so many little things on the resume. I knew I was gonna get caught eventually because you could only throw spaghetti against the wall that long. And I had been living that life basically from 81 to the time I got arrested for kidnapping. I could have a job. My life could be going straight. But if I saw a pigeon, he's going down. No matter what's cracking. No matter what is cracking. If I see a pigeon, I don't care if I'm in a monastery, fucking blending holy water. If on the walk to the monastery, I see a nun with 2 G's in the pocket, she would go down. Am I embarrassed about saying this? I really, really am. But that was my state of mind until I got caught. That's why when I got caught for the prison thing, it didn't bother me. I was like, this has been coming for years. I didn't want it to happen in Colorado. but it was good because if I would have gotten in trouble here, I would have got a smack in the hand, people, and guess what? I would have kept doing what I'm doing. But when I went in there was nobody to talk to. They didn't care about the Hudson County judge. They didn't give a fuck about the senator from Jersey. You had a gun and you kidnapped somebody. You're doing time. And it was the best thing that ever happened to me. That's why I'm sitting here with you motherfuckers, because I got caught. And don't get me wrong, after I got out for kidnapping, I wasn't kidnapping people, but I was still doing drug rips. If you had drugs for me to rob, I'm robbing you. Because I was still doing drugs. But I wasn't planning on putting guns to people's heads or nothing like that.
You weren't Omar's level.
Huh?
You weren't like at Omar's level.
I was almost scared straight. You know what I'm saying? Like they almost scared me, but I still was fucking. When I got out of prison, I think I was the craziest I ever was. I think that if you look at my life now, you look at my life 10 years ago, and you compare it to when I got out of prison for like 89 to 95 in Boulder was the craziest behavior I ever fucking had. And I never knew people played video games and people paid to watch them. That was, when I heard that, my mind almost blew up.
It's
and
huge,
then
yeah.
It wasn't until we were all sitting at a table one night in Austin talking and out of nowhere, started talking about it. Redman. And he goes, you should play that. I go, Redman, I never played that before. Why would I play it now? About a week later, I go to the bedroom to do whatever. As I'm walking down the stairs, Mercy's there with earphones and she's still good friends with, the girl's name is like Emile, something like from Egypt. I don't know where she's from. Nice girl. She comes over once in a while. And Mercy was shooting something. And I actually tapped her on the shoulder. She took the earphones off. I go, what are you doing? Trying to do shooting Emile's father? And she lost it. And I go, let me see you do it. And then I just sat there and I'm like, this is pretty cool. And again, you have to fit that mode. Like,
well, I think because, like, I don't know, like you were playing online. I didn't play online, but when I was growing up, I didn't have a system either. But so I'd go to my friend's house and, like, you all take turns. So you end up watching people play a lot.
Right.
So that was fun. And then I don't know how old Twitch is, but it makes sense. Like, we all got used to watching each other play and, like, having fun if they're doing good. And,
right.
People are so entertaining on there. It's like that guy. What was that guy who did Fortnite for a while with the hair, Ninja?
Yeah.
Making millions of dollars in like all day, like 12 hours a day.
I mean, it helps. Like a lot of people, like sometimes you don't even have to be good at the video game. People just like you because of your personality and how you react to things. Like that. That's a lot. But sometimes you get people that are freaking absolute beasts at games, and people watch it for that. But overall, man, people get entertained because that's like it's like they're playing the game without playing. You know what I mean? They're watching you. That's why Twitch is so popular. It's very intimate and stuff like that. So, but video games have been a part of my life forever, bro. It's the coolest thing, dude. I used to try to do good at sports to get a video game. Like my dad would be like, "Hey, listen, if you get 3 tackles today, get a Grand Theft Auto 3." And I'd be like, "I'm getting Grand Theft Auto 3." There's nothing else motivated me but video games. That's how crazy I was about it.
Did they take it away if you got in trouble?
Oh yeah. Oh nah, not really. I just got my ass beat.
But which you would have preferred? Yeah.
Oh no, I'd rather get my ass beat. Keep me playing. I'll go right back to the system.
I would love to see not how they make the games, but just the insides and something is like I said. Listen, I had a guitar. I tried like 8 things. 8 things since I've moved here. I thought I would love the guitar. You got to tuck your thumb and do this. Give me a break. I watch Jimmy Page. You don't hide his thumb and all. It was too much for me. I've tried a couple things, I tried going out and drinking. That didn't work out for me. I did it like twice. And I'm like, I don't want this shit. This sucks. You get water. I'm sitting at your bar drinking water with lemon, making believe I'm watching a hockey game.
Yeah.
I'm like, what am I doing with my life? And then they suggested this video you were telling me you played.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept saying to you, bring it up to the dojo so I could watch it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to watch, man. But then Mercy told me she got me the game Christmas. And it took me like 3 months to set up. I'm like, how am I going to do this? I don't know nothing about this stuff. I could see if I had like a brother who was really into it and lived next door. Because I'd be over there at 8 in the morning.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be over there early, Lee. But that's my problem. That I know I have an addictive personality. First time I played that shit with you guys, I went upstairs and I summed it up. This is going to be fun. Kind of like what I'm doing. Yeah, I can't drive. I'm horrible at this. But like anything else, just get on it a couple times and you'll get better on it. And you'll understand more of the game. And I said, let me give it a shot. But, dog, I could see myself like ordering Chinese food delivered because I'm so into this game. And I can't imagine having like 6 or 7 of you that play this shit. We all get high and set up like a central nervous system with one camera on everybody. We go the extra $100. And dog, I could see you doing this 3 hours a day, but after 3 hours,
3 hours. That's just the appetizer.
I gotta go.
Do people are already taking the day off when the next Grand Theft Auto comes out?
Yeah.
They're already requesting that for when the next Grand Theft Auto comes out.
I believe it. That's we're gonna be on that same.
Yeah, exactly.
On that same bat channel.
That's right.
That same bat time. When does it come out?
November 17th?
I don't know.
November 17th, I think.
The day before my anniversary for arresting for kidnapping Bella. I always have something to motivate me. You know what I'm saying?
Now, sometimes they have it in prison. Like, what if you were in prison? Could you see yourself doing this all day?
No.
No?
I would get, first of all, I'm lying to you guys. I would get up and at least try to do something. Maybe go to a gym, ride a bike, go outside and get some sunlight. You know, it's like anything else. I love smoking cigarettes.
Okay.
I go out with you guys one night. I'll just go to a guy who's smoking Marlboro Lights. Let me bum a cigarette. You guys will look at me. I'll smoke one and that's it. I enjoy smoking them. But you know what I really like? Smoking a cigarette after my coffee bright and early in the morning. That, maybe a ball lick.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Sticking a cucumber up my, I don't know. What I'm trying to say to you is I love getting a coffee, taking a couple hits off the coffee, smoking a cigarette, and then hitting a real fucking joint, and then coming back with a fresh cup of coffee and another cigarette. That's my, that would be the breakfast of champions for Pop.
And what happens when you do that? Like, what do you feel like?
Big ass
You'll
shit.
die.
You'll die?
You'll die. So now I could get home, eat a snack, drink a Red Bull, play video games, and make money with a bunch of other schmucks. Not much, but get better at it. Till 6. That's what Rogan used. He would play that game till 6 or 7 in the morning and sleep all day. It was insane. When I first met him, I didn't know what he was talking about. He would say, I go home and play or something. I mean, you know, like when you don't know what somebody's saying, you go, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And then somebody told me that. No. And then one day he gave me the computer, and it was a car engine. It was a battery. You remember that one? You used to get hotly.
No, I don't think I was there for that. I came in and you had the laptop, but I remember Rogan would, at least on the podcast, he talked about playing Doom on the PC.
Doom.
Oh, okay. Doom.
was-
All right.
And those guys used to play. And again, I would sit there going, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to eat breakfast.
Word.
And these guys are going home to play video games. But now looking at a different perspective, it's you go home at night and you could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
write jokes at the same time, because there must be some creepy people up at night.
Yeah.
Oh, playing online is, I'm sure you can have tons of material.
Oh,
about it.
no, it's so much fun. Like, the guys that are in my chat are f***ing animals. so they say the most craziest shit there. So it's like, it's fun. I get to talk about it with them.
Do you have a group that you've been doing it with forever?
No, I have a couple guys that have been watching my stream from the get, and like, they pop in once in a while and stuff like that.
I meant like, do you play with like high school guys or like?
Oh no, I only play with comedians. Like my buddies, like a whole bunch of dudes. I play like this game I wanted to introduce you to. It's called Arc Raiders. So it's like post-apocalyptic. The world's ended, but you're going up to collect supplies to keep living. But other dudes can kill you. But this is the fun part. You could toggle a thing to put the mic so everybody can hear you. So while you're about to kill somebody, you could talk shit to them. Or after they kill you, or they're dead, they could talk back and forth. I think it'd be a trip. It'd be go crazy. But besides the fact, yeah, man. No, it's that I have a group of friends, like a bunch of comedians that I play with. They're cool guys too.
I enjoy it. Like, I'd like to play it like 2 to 3 nights a week.
Right.
Maybe 3 hours, maybe 2 hours in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Then we come back when it gets dark out. I love all that shit.
Right.
I don't think I could sit there all day. I just can't.
No.
My inner self would kick me, especially at night when you're like, I could be doing comedy.
Oh, yeah.
Once that bell comes into your head, that's tough. Now it's 7:15, 7:30. You could still make the 9 o'clock spot in the city. Like, yeah, but I'm going to hit traffic. Then you look at your Waze, and it's an hour 22, and you're like, F it.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't like. That's when I would start to trip.
That's why I don't go upstairs. Like for that, if I know I have a gig or something like that, and I know I'll stay home and I'll play video games, I just won't go upstairs.
I have to, once I get back from Austin and all that shit, we got to turn my office into like
I'll help you out.
Because I can't keep doing the living room because they hear it upstairs.
Yeah.
And they hear me saying all that nonsense, and they got to come downstairs and say goodnight. And I feel like I did something wrong. Like, I feel like when they come and hug me, they're like, my fucking dad's a loser.
No.
Like that type of shit. You know.
No.
My wife's like, I can't believe he's such a loser. But I got to tell my wife, what would you rather me doing? Go to the strip club? That's the only place I got to go.
No.
I can't sit at a restaurant again at night and get fat drinking the fucking martinis. And I can't. What am I going to do? Barnes & Noble closes at 7. I saw they had Barnes & Noble, little tables there. They took the Starbucks out in Freehold, but they kept the tables there. And now you could sit, get a magazine, look at
that's
it.
nice.
I like that type of shit, you know?
Yeah.
I'll sit at Manalapan Diner with a notebook. That's my world. At night, Fridays and Saturdays, they're open till 2. After like 11:30, 12, you got to leave because the banana crew comes in,
Yeah.
with alcohol in their system.
Yeah.
But I like all that shit. But then again, that is just open. Because first of all, after I play those fucking games with these guys, and the crew is Pedro, Lee, and Carly. Lee's been busy lately, you know, but the crew is Carly, me, and you. And we're starting to know, like, that bitch is starting to bust out horns now. And fucking, when I heard that, what is that called? Like, she has one. She's got every gadget.
Would you want a soundboard on your setup?
Dog, if you gave me a soundboard,
I get you one.
it would be.
I bet.
No. We'll set it all up and we'll see how everything is. But a little baby soundboard that I can make little noises and shit.
Yeah.
Dog, that's the last thing you want me to have because I hired some Chinese kid. I know Becky's got a cousin. And that these Chinese people that could tap into your dreams. Can you imagine I tap into Lee's dreams and just hit him with the soundboard all night and shit? I'll live for that. That's my game. I'll put it on Twitch. We'll sneak an FBI camera into Lee's apartment and we'll just watch Lee at night when I start blaring horns.
You
And
told me you were gonna do that. Like when you get me a hotel room, you're gonna put speakers in my room.
Yeah.
And start fucking with me.
I'm just picturing Lee in night vision.
Oh my! It's too bright in the fucking night vision goggles.
Oh my God.
But man, I appreciate all the help you give me because
Of course, man.
you schooled me on that. You know, it's difficult for me because I get lost and I just lose interest.
Well, I'll tell you what, man.
Like once the screen blacks out and shit, I start getting pissed the fuck off. But lately, I got good patience because I know the flip side is me giggling my ass off. Because there's nothing I love more than running over people on that show. Forget the heist. Forget.
Do you even do missions or you just run people over?
we're doing missions now.
We're doing missions. But
We're
dog,
passing them.
there's times I'm driving, I'll see a guy walking. Ask him. Last night I reversed it, ran over him.
He missed him, and he had to reverse to go get him again in the middle of a highway. He's like, hold on, I gotta get this guy.
When you kill someone on GTA, it's so great. Like sometimes, but also on the sidewalk when you miss them.
Yeah.
And they yell shit at you.
Yeah.
What are you doing, you fucking jerk? And you're like, a fucking jerk. I'm gonna back this fucking car up now for sure. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like you drive in GTA how you wish you could actually drive.
I don't know if you've been in the car with me, which you have.
Of course,
It's pretty close to it.
That's minus the murder. Like you get close to it, but
I mean, you're driving pretty good now, bro. You're killing it. But
Because that's how I drive in real life, guys. I love all that shit. If you're gonna give me a little gap, I'm gonna try to get in there with this car. That's why I love the 8-cylinder because that motherfucker cuts me right through like a hot knife on butter. You know what I'm saying? It just slices through the road. The time she called you to the time you got on stage, how long did it take?
3 years.
Hey, Joe, you beat my record by 18 months. Took me a year and a half to get on stage finally.
Bro.
Pussified. I told you. You know, that's why when you get like stories from Becky, I joined the contest and I went down. You're like, what the?
Yeah, what?
It took me a year and a half of procrastinating, watching stand-up movies and shit. That's going to be me someday. Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
That was
that's
me.
Right. Yep.
Coke watching the one with Tom Hanks and Angel Salazar and Sally Field. Yeah, every week. And I would get agitated when the movie ended and the Coke ended. I would try to write these Godzilla jokes that were god-awful. That was my only premise was Godzilla and Chinese people. And I liked Godzilla. He used to step on garbage. And I look at this shit and go, I'm going to make it to the top someday. You know, you're such a retard. But 18 months, and I feel terrible. Whew, I had a good day today because I just found that out. Somebody beat my record.
Yeah.
Why did it take you 3 years?
Because I was scared, man. I was
scared
as I was like, what are people going to think about me?
Honestly, how many times did you get in the car to go?
I did it 3 times. And then I said, I'm not going to, I'll do it when I do it. And then I had this argument with my boss at this time. I wanted to grab him by the throat and I couldn't. And that drove me insane. So I was like, I got to figure this out. I got to, like, maybe. 3 years later, I went. Fuck, I swallowed my pride. I called Angie. I was like, they still doing that open mic? Yup. I went right to it. I lied to the bartender trying to act cool because she was hot. I was like, yeah, I'm just here to, I do comedy in the city. I never did a minute of comedy, and I went on stage and I ate a back. Well, I did okay. The second time was bad, but yeah. Oh, the second time was crickets because now they see that I'm trying. and they thought it was a one-time thing, so I guess they laughed. But the second time, they're like, this.
It's so crazy how I think of that time and I get sad. I really do get sad. That little lull I took of pussiness. And I would call every Tuesday, hey, Joe Diaz, next week. All right. That next Tuesday, they would call me, hey, Joey, you got 3 minutes on Tuesday night. See you tonight. And I'm like, oh. My heart would just stop. And then I'd start thinking about excuses. I'd start sweating. I'd purposely look for Coke. That would ruin my day. It was horrid. I got in my car a few times. And then, man, it was just calling. And they called me. And my wife overheard it at the time. And she made me go. She goes, I got a babysitter.
Yeah.
But I remember driving with her going, how do I tell I want to turn this car around? Like, how bad do I? But I knew that, like, I feel like crying now because I always knew that if I could just get on stage, something was going to happen. I just knew it. I just felt it. I was sick of working. I was 32 and I was done with it. Like, I was 28 and I was done with jobs and like I hated that whole thing. Mm-hmm. Like I said last week, I love to steal and sell coke. That's the only thing I was qualified for. I'd already gone to prison. Now I'm a double loser. No high school diploma. Enough is enough, Joey. Go down there. Bro, getting off that stage that night was just, and you go home and you can't sleep for 2 days. You're like, how am I going to fit this into my world? I got a kid. I got no money. I'm making payments on everything I own. Yeah. It's a scary, and also and it's funny because I got on stage and then I got on stage like 3 or 4 times and then I was having problems at home. It was August. I was starting to feel the drama at home. We weren't getting along, but she encouraged the stand-up. And then I came to New York and I hung out with this chooch for 10 days and I just got up. Every night I was going to the city. Yeah, I'm going to go to the city tonight and kill him. I never even did stand-up. The whole thing I came was to walk around New York. I never parked the car and walk around. I was so fucked up. Then I went back in September, and I think I did maybe a open mic at a bar 2-3 hours away one night, and they put me up at 1 in the morning, Lee. I was fucking furious. You don't know. I'll do it. And the guy's like, yeah, we start at 9 and we go to about 1:30. You're number 31 or something. I'm like, I got to sit here through all this shit.
And just watch the audience leave.
Yeah, one by one. Just one by one walking out the door of the audience and you're just there. Oh my God.
And you have a joke for one person, like this joke's going to get him.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then one guy goes up and walks 22 people.
Yeah.
I remember that night vividly. And then I remember maybe 2 weeks later, she dropped the hammer. You don't want to be married no more. But it was like October 15th. I was looking through the Boulder. She had already moved out. And I remember looking through the paper one night. Boy, I was thinking about going and getting coke and all this shit. But I looked and it said, comedy tonight, Boulder Broker, 8 o'clock show, $15 for a dinner ticket. It goes, if you come early, it's a comedy contest. So you know what? I got no wife. I got no kid. I got a TV with a VCR. I got a mattress upstairs. She took everything. It ain't gonna get no better in this house. Let me just go. And I went down there, paid the $15, and I watched the amateur comedy. And I knew like one of the guys. Like I had worked with him before at an open mic or whatever. And I'll never forget it. The ball. I just went up to the manager and I go, hey man, how do I get on the contest? He goes, when do you want to do it? I go, you tell me. And he goes, next Tuesday. And he goes, just show up. It's every week. So the more you show up, the more brackets you win. I was like, okay, are you sure I can just show up next Tuesday? You got it. Again, I was bored and lonely. And I went up there.
Never even looked back.
And I started doing it. And then I think except for 1 week, he told me I couldn't do it that week. And then it was the same night as the Comedy Works open night, open mic. I was taking like a big chance. I should be at the Comedy Works. They like me at the Comedy Works. But I'm coming down here on Tuesday. I think I went to the Comedy Works one time. I think I ate a bag of dicks. So I said, let me just go to the broker for right now. They asked me to do the finals. And I won. Changed everything by just getting up off my ass and going to this steakhouse. It was like a steak shrimp place.
Okay, it's a contest you won though. That feeling is nice.
What's that?
winning a contest that early?
Dog, it was lucky. It was fucking luck. Like everything was going bad in my life at that time. And here were the comedies coming out of the woodwork. Like the last thing I expected. I thought by that time I'd get promoted at the roofing company. No, here I am actually doing what I was scared of doing every Tuesday. I was too fucked up in the head after the separation to even focus on work. I was a salesman. I couldn't even focus.
Oh, yeah.
So I took time off and I just fucking wrote stupid fucking jokes.
When you finally got off stage the first time, did you think to yourself, I found my thing? I found what I was put on here, like what I'm here to do. This is what I'm meant for?
Yes and no. I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay.
Because that doubt was always there. I'm from North Bergen.
Yep.
You know, I'm a Cuban kid. I got felonies. What are they going to do when they find out that I didn't even make it through? I thought all these comedians were perfect. You know, like they were perfect models in there.
Yes.
I didn't know. So I was like, who am I fucking you know, I'm going to go do one of these comedy shows. I'm going to punch a magician in the face. And they're going to throw me in jail for the rest of my fucking life. You know, that's how I always looked at it. But that night I remember going home and there was a level of being high without being high, like a euphoric fucking state. And I saw myself doing it. So it was really interesting after that.
Yeah.
And then 3 months later, this woman doesn't want to be with me no more. I hit the jackpot. I hit the fucking jackpot. Yeah. I felt bad for my daughter and the whole thing. I was still going to stay in Colorado, but at least I can give this shit a shot. 100% with no skeletons. Just go for it. And that was it. That was exactly what I did. I just kept doing it. No, I'm always Richard Gere, an officer and a gentleman. And when I'm going to throw him out,
I ain't got no place to go.
I got no place to go. At the end of the day, you don't. What am I going to go back and do? Become a waiter? A bartender at 63?
Bro, yeah.
I got nowhere to go. I'd go to work for George, delivering frames and checking the air conditioner. I can't even climb on the fucking roof. What can I do at 63? So what can I do at 42? What can I do at 44? At that point, you're in, bro. And I was already in, you know, I don't know, 15 years. You're in. That's it. Fuck it. Sorry. And then I got a movie. And you're like, okay, we on to something. You know what I'm saying? We on to something. And you got another one. And you're like, holy shit. And I thought I would only be an extra, but I ain't going to tell that to nobody. And that's all it is. Take an acting class once in a while just to make yourself feel fucking better about what you're doing. You know, having conversations like with us like this, that helps you, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Just keep getting on stage.
Yeah.
Look at Lee. He keeps getting on stage. That's it. You know, he's got obsessed with numbers, but he's a Jew, and I respect that. But that's going to take him down eventually. He'll know it because right now, just take these gigs. Who gives a fuck? You're not going to go, I mean, what are you going to do? Get a plane with ads? What are you going to do? How many more people are going to show up? Lee Sayat's in town? How many more people are going to show up?
A cloud rider might help. You never know.
You know? I mean, right now you're looking at, you got to think about what Shane Gillis did and go, they're out there. Right now, any smart young comic is looking at that. I'm a Billy Goat, and I'm still looking at it going, what the fuck just happened? That could have been Shane Gillis, or guess what, Lee Sayat? That could have been you.
Yeah.
Could have been Pedro. That could have been Eric Rocha.
Could be anybody. And we all started doing open mics.
And we all started doing open. And when you see that, what did I say last week? Every once in a while you get down on comedy and all of a sudden something like this happens. You got two ways to look at it. Fuck Shane Gillis. You fuck that. He stole a joke from me in a coffee house.
Yeah.
Hey, man, come on, guy. You're co-MCing. But he stole a joke from you, you know.
Co-MCing. 25 people on the line.
And that's a complete different mental illness. But think about what this kid did. Think about the avenues you have in front of you. I mean, for me, listen, I wouldn't even dream that big. Like I'm good.
No, I that's not even, because I get jealous all the time.
Leave. I want you both to think that fucking big. And I want you to go, you know what, dog? Guess what? I'm going to show these white motherfuckers. I'm going to go to Israel and sell 90,000 seats. You know what I'm saying? Boom. And at the end, drop a bomb. Forget a B-52 flying over. Just kill half the fucking stadium. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good last show.
You know, I mean, these are jokes, but
yeah, I
want you guys to think like, this is, dog, what am I going to do? George Burns come out there with a cigar and a wig? You know, hey, Rosie, hey, Lee, remember when get the fuck out of here, Joey. Get the fuck out of here. But you guys, you got, like I always tell you guys got the world by the balls. Just stick to it. There's no fucking secret. Dog, I'd have hundreds of thousands of dollars if I put a book together with bullshit. People would hate me, but I'd hook everybody. Just get an ad like Rolling Stone comic and have Shane Gillis give like a quote. It's the best comedy book I ever read. You know, that's it. You could fucking swindle people. It's the same fucking mathematical thing. What is it? What's algebra? X plus Y equal X? What?
Yeah, it's
Something like
algebra.
that, right?
Yeah.
And we got to figure out what the X is and the Y is.
Yeah.
Or they give you the answer. You
Yep.
know, this is comedy algebra.
Yeah.
This is, and it's like I say, it's part of the comedy karma. It's so many fucking things that have to align. But while that shit's aligning, go fuck your mother. You're on stage every night. While that shit's aligning, what are you going to do? If you sit at home and wait, look out the window every night? Yeah, it's aligning. I can see the North Star. No, it's not until you go out and go, I really don't want to go out tonight. Fucking foot hurts, my knee hurts, and all of a sudden you're like, you look in the couches, there ain't no money in there. You've already swindled that. You're such a douchebag. There's an IOU in there from yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I owe you 75 cents and shit. And you go out, and those are the nights when something happens. You just go down there, there'll be 3 people. You walk in, there's 100. And you're like, what happened here tonight? Bro, a bunch of fucking gay tourists walked in. They're having the best time of their life. And I'm not, I'm just saying anything. German tourists, fucking Israeli tourists. And you're there in front of 100 people. What were you going to do? And then when you get on the train that night, you get that slice of pizza on the way home, because you deserve it. You were going to sit at home.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll get a slice of pizza. And I'll stop and give the missus a little flour.
Yeah.
And that's basically it, guys. There's no fucking... Chappelle has been doing this since he was, 13, 16?
Yeah.
It was, Nick Cannon when he was a fucking kid. I just saw the other day, he's 40-something years old. He's been doing this, God knows, 30 years. I was in L.A., 98, 97. They would put him outside and then sneak him into the club. He only had like a little time because he was a minor. So they would have to put him up like between 8 and 8:15. And it's like he had his parents around him outside. The host would have to fly out and say, come on, Nick, we're ready for you. And they would run him in. He'd do his 10 minutes and they'd run him back out. So, guys, it's... Father time. You can't worry about this or that because you don't know. That's why you got to do everything that's offered to you because you don't know. Hey, Lee, I'm shooting this fucking short film about Jews taking over Harlem. You want to be one of the prisoners? Whatever. 1 hour of your day, you're going to be there for 8 hours. You're going to meet 2 people. Okay, they're not going to pay you, but you're going to meet 2 people. Guess what? It won first prize in the Little Italy Film Festival. You and 2 other movies from Japan. So you won, shit like that. But it's a title. And then they'll call you and go, Lee, this guy wants to see you about a movie. This one's going to pay $50 a day. And you do that. And Lee, all this shit is just a circle and it comes right back to you at the end. How do I know? Because I saw it. I remember all the nights I would stay at the Comedy Store till 2 because I had to go shoot a student film at 4 a.m. No money. I got abused. Then you go see the finished product and who shot this? Why am I in this? Oh, you learn this. You learn how to step on that. You learn how to look at the camera. You focus. Everything you do is not. And then you take an acting class. You learn how to put all fucking 3 of them together. And you start podcasting. You draw pictures. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You gotta, as long as your heart pure, something's gonna hit. And your intentions are good, something's gonna hit for you. It may not be what you wanted. How the man said, right? You can't always get what you want, but you get what you need.
Fuck yeah.